Big house in Macon, Georgia was the communal home of the Allman Brothers Band. Duane and Greg both lived there. Duane lived there with his wife Donna and daughter Galadriel. And Greg lived there for a brief time with Berry's sister Candace, but it really was Berry and Linda Oakley's home. In an Allman Brothers museum for about 15 years now, I think. A photograph from Jud McCrainie, and I'm using it to accompany really great quote from Willie Perkins, who was the Allman Brothers Band's second road manager. He took the gig after Twiggs Linden was arrested for the murder of a Buffalo club owner. And Twiggs was actually found not guilty by reason of insanity. And being on the road with the Allman Brothers drove him crazy. Here's the story I want to tell. When I approached the walkway of the old Grand Tudor house at 2321 Vineville Avenue on a hot summer morning back in 1970 for a first day of work with a fledgling rock and roll group called the Allman Brothers Band, I had no idea that I would be reflecting on their huge success years later, or that I would have authored books about it. I had heard about the newly formed group in spring of 1969 from friends in Macon, and soon saw them perform live at a free concert in Atlanta's Piedmont Park. I immediately felt that the music they played was something new and magic, and I had to be a part of it. Through a strange twist of fate, I would leave my job as a banker with the Trust Company of Georgia and become their tour manager just over a year later. In those early times, we were so broke that all we exchanged at Christmas were glances, but soon the band was at the pinnacle of financial and creative success. Then came the tragic and untimely deaths of the brilliant, charismatic founder, Duane Allman, and 1 year later, bassist Berry Oakley, followed by the destructiveness of drug and alcohol abuse and a temporary loss of their creative juices. Nothing, however, could stop the band for long. They've set box office records, recorded album classics, and were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Best of all, they are still performing live concerts that leave their audiences breathless. Truly made the road go on forever. That's Willie Perkins, the Allman Brothers Band road manager from 1970 until the breakup in 1976. Did some work with Greg later on, real stalwart, and has written multiple books about his experiences with the Allman Brothers Band. They were incredible sources for me, and found their way into Play All Night, Duane Allman, and the journey to Fillmore East. Here's vitamin ABB. Trust me, I'm a doctor.